Okay, so it didn't take long. I've had the LJ for 6 weeks or so, and on my way to the gym yesterday, the check engine light popped on. So I'm officially a member of the club now. I have my TJ check engine light badge. So I'm going to pull the codes. I already have a suspicion about what they are, but I'm going to see and do a little bit of research. Okay, let's see what we got. Three codes: P1604, P0700, and P1604. Okay, P1604 and P0700. Okay. Okay, so 10 minutes of research, and it's kind of exactly what I was expecting. They're both PCM, TCM codes. P1604 is PCM internal dual port RAM read-write integrity fault. Faulty PCM or a harness issue or a shorted issue or something like that. P0700 is a transmission error, a transmission code, and it's just like a generic your trans isn't working correctly sort of code. Which means it supposedly could have a transmission's having a difficult time shifting, limp mode might be activated, that sort of thing. So the Jeep is running and driving perfect. It shifts perfectly fine. Everything is totally normal. It's just the light is on. So I was kind of wondering about the PCM in this Jeep. I know 05 and 06 LJs and TJs too, I guess. The PCM is known to be kind of crappy. Alright, so there's the PCM. It does have at least two stickers on it showing that it had an authorized software update at some point in the past. So unfortunately it looks like mine is probably bad, or it's finally failing again, or whatever. Something's not right with it. So apparently the PCM, powertrain control module, and TCM, transmission control module, are all in the same computer. That's the only computer on the Jeep. So PCM, ECU, whatever you're going to call it. Common problem on these later model TJs and LJs. Just doing a little bit of research. Some people with these codes, some people try to work on other stuff, like they change a bunch of sensors, or they have the transmission diagnosed and all that sort of stuff. I'm just going to skip all that. The only real fix that I see that actually seems to work and stay working is a new PCM, specifically from Wranglerfix. So I'm going to get on Wranglerfix's website and order a new PCM. Alright, it has been about a week and I got my new PCM. So hopefully this is all it needs. It's crazy that something this small can cause all kinds of problems. Stupid computers. Oh, damn. Ah. Black, orange, white, green. I wish I could open my hood all the way, but I'm parked under my garage door opener. There it is, new versus old. The new one is actually a lot smaller in every way, pretty much. This has been flashed twice, it looks like. It has two updated barcodes on it that says Authorized software update. Okay. All right, see if it runs. Fired right up after sitting for, I don't know, a week and a half or so. And yeah, no check engine light so far. I'm gonna drive it for a couple weeks, make sure nothing's wrong with it first, before I call this a success. Okay, so I've put a couple hundred miles on the LJ since replacing the PCM, and I've had zero problems. No check engine light, still runs perfect, starts right up every time, no transmission issues, it shifts just like it's supposed to. So I think it's actually fixed. I'm not worried about it, you know, being a problem anymore. I'm glad I skipped and went straight to the PCM. I'm glad I didn't mess around with sensors or, you know, chase electrical faults or anything like that. I just went ahead, replaced the big thing, and called it done. So if you have a late model TJ or an LJ and you're having weird, you know, transmission codes or PCM codes or something like that, I would just go ahead and replace it with one from Wranglerfix. Seems to be a very common problem. I only knew this was a thing, that the PCM issue was a thing, because I watched the Bleep and Jeep build of that Ford Control that they did. And that Ford Control was built on an LJ chassis, and they had problems with it starting and running, and it turned out they traced it back to a bad PCM and got a new PCM from Wranglerfix, and that fixed the problem. So that was my first, I guess, introduction to LJs and late model TJs with faulty PCMs. So I've got the YJ back in the shop right now, but I've done a lot more to the LJ in those couple months since filming that PCM replacement. I have a new rear tire carrier, a slip yoke eliminator, belly up skid pan. I've got my first suspension part that I'm going to put on it, and just some general maintenance and stuff that I've done too. So videos about all those things will be coming out at some point.